viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Risper, Emaculex Interiors, and I want to thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel, commenting, liking, and also sharing. With me, I have one of our owners of our flagship project, Mr. Elvis Mang'unyi, and I would like him to introduce himself.
Thank you, Risper, for having me. My name is Elvis Mangunyi Building. I am the founder for Mint Glint Media. Mint Glint Media is a production studio located here in Nairobi, CBD. And of course, like she has said, Risper here from Emaculex Interiors did a splendid job in setting up this studio for us. And I'm here, to witness and get to share with you people about the experience of how it went and everything that happened. Yeah.
Great. Elvis, thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to serve you. We begin right from the time we came to do a site visit. We did a site visit after being given a referral by one of our, actually two of our friends we had worked with before. And we met here when the space was just empty. From there, you gave us your drawing, and we are glad we gave you the quotation, which you liked. And then we came up with a contract. We agreed upon how we are going to implement the project. And we did the site marking. When we were doing the site marking, your project was quite unique. I remember you really wanted us to use precast walling. And that is very unique because nowadays we are not just using bricks. We are not just using the old ways of building. We are implementing the new technology. And we did the exterior walls using the precast stones, and it came out so well.
Yeah, just to mention that it's true, by the time I was introduced to Risper and to bring her on board as the contractor for the full project, is that I had done a bit of my own research in terms of identifying the building, because previously we were operating from a small office, more of working from home, and we didn't have like a production studio. So it took us a while. For those of you who've known Mint Glint as a brand, you can recall very well that we started way back 2016. So it's been a journey from way back then, thinking about the kind of studio we were to set up. And it took us a while to be able to identify the venue, to mobilize resources, because we wanted to do something good. And that's how we landed at Hazina Trade Center. Came identified, saw a space that was good and empty nicely. And then, of course, the first thing that I was advised by a close friend of mine called Engineer Kyoko was that this project is of high magnitude. Don't go the quacks way. Find professionals to help you. So the first professional that I sought was, of course, an architect. And then that's how I was able to get architect Januaris. He's the gentleman whom we visited the site. He looked and advised on how we can utilize the natural light from that side. And then he went down, we sat down, he asked me about all the facilities that I wanted to have in the studio, how I wanted to utilize the space. Then he went and designed it now and came up with the blueprints, drawings for everything. And then those are the documents that now I gave to Risper here to begin her work. So maybe you can pick it up from there and take us through on how it has
Yes,
been.
glad that you gave us an opportunity to come in and checking on the drawings. Of course, we had to come in at the site and ascertain that what was on the paper is what is on the ground, or rather, is the space that we will be working with. We came in, we discussed the floor plan with you, and also the architect was on site together with the structural engineer and the QS. We had to sit down. We had to sit down and agree on what was going to be implemented. I remember very well. We had to make a few changes here and there until we were comfortable to ensure that the space we're giving you gives you both functionality and aesthetics, what you are looking for. After agreeing on all that and making a few changes here and there, we came up to give you the quotation. Of course, you can't start working blindly. We gave you the quotation from the word go. You looked at it. Glad that you are already set. You had a budget for the studio.
It was quite steep. We had to negotiate. We have to tell them the truth. That was quite steep. One thing I have to tell them, yes, building and construction is not cheap. It's quite costly.
Sure.
So you have to always find room to negotiate with your contractor. And if he is considerate like she was, she gives you a bit of discount, then you can always approve the quote now.
Sure. We agreed at some point, which was very good. And glad to say that you're also very cooperative, because you understand you needed something that is quality. And of course, when you need something that is quality, you have to of something, which you cooperated in doing that. And also you gave us a leeway of giving you that advice on what works where, what we can implement here. And we were able to implement the project comfortably with the right materials. And even if the budget was a bit steep, we got somewhere and we were able to implement it. We did a contract that was very favorable for both sides, your side and our side. And time came when we had to actually implement what was on paper on the ground. We came in to do the site marking. We started with the exterior wall, as I mentioned. And the uniqueness about this project is that we were using the precast stones.
You've actually reminded me. That idea of precast is something very nice. You know, it happened, we were advised by the structural engineer. He was called Evans. You remember?
Yes.
He's the one who mentioned it,
Evans.
that instead of coming here with concrete and mixing all that, why don't you think of precast? And I was like, okay, if it will be manageable and it's not going beyond the project cost, why not? So I am happy that you advise us to adopt that.
Yes. And the other thing about the precast wall is that you needed a wall that was giving you security. Mm-hmm. You needed something a bit permanent. Mm-hmm. That is why initially you had spoken of bricks or the stones that are used in building. And when a structural engineer, that is Evans, gave us that idea of the precast, it was something that we bought so easily. Mm-hmm. And it has really worked for us.
And actually, just to explain why the reason why we wanted something like a strong wall on the exterior is because, as you understand, a production studio, one of the items or the equipment for production are very costly. So, and if you look at the location where we are, there are no tenants on that side. So we could not just do the usual partitioning, which is gypsum, because we felt that is something that someone can easily penetrate and maybe be able to get in, and we can be so we needed a secure exterior wall. That was the reason.
Sure. And also sound.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. It's not noisy as much. Though we've done a lot of soundproofing here and there, we also needed something that is you're not hearing what the people outside are doing, because
that's true.
The exterior, we don't have other tenants. Mm-hmm. So if people are having, maybe they're placing items there, or maybe they start working on maybe a new tenant has come in and they're working on their space, you don't want to be distracted.
Oh, that's true.
So that was good also. I remember after that, your project has been quite unique, because this is one of the main projects we did with all the uniqueness. One, the precast, and then the next thing, you needed a decking. See, because this space was a double volume, and you needed a decking because you needed more space upstairs. Yes. So we had to create that force. It's a force floor. Do I call it a force floor? Yes.
Something of the sort.
So after that, after setting up the exterior wall, we had to set up the decking. Mm-hmm. And we got into work with one of our very own BNI member, who is also a structural engineer.
Oh, yes.
Vint Engineering. They do a great job as well.
Oh, yes.
So we subcontracted them to come in and work with us in setting up the decking, which they did an excellent job, as we can see from the videos that we have shared. And from there, I would say the project ran on very smoothly, because after setting up the decking, we were able now to come in and set up the interior partitions. Mm-hmm. Of course, the interior partitions, we used glass, and other places we used gypsum. Mm-hmm. We had some rooms in the space that needed complete soundproofing, like the podcast room, what we are using right now. I'm glad I'm consuming a product that I built.
True.
So we did soundproofing for the ceilings, we did soundproofing for the walling, and also the flooring, and to make sure that the place is fully soundproofed.
Maybe just to mention that, so that our viewers can understand. When you're doing a podcast room, because there are 2 rooms that have been soundproofed, which we are so keen with the acoustics of those 2 rooms. That is an audio production studio that we have here, and also the podcasting room. Audio is very key. That's why someone can listen to radio without visuals and be able to follow and enjoy it. So the experience of sound is very important. So when we knew that these 2 rooms will be very key in terms of the quality of sound that is produced from those 2 rooms, we had to find a way. Because remember, this studio is located in CBD, which is quite noisy. And of course, you also have other tenants around that. There's a lot of activities. And the studio itself, right now you're recording a podcast, there's a photo shoot going on outside there, and there are other activities happening within the studio. So we needed to sort of ensure that enclosed space, the sound quality that is being recorded from that room is of great quality.
Sure.
So, and we are happy with what you did, from the ceiling, the walling, and the flooring. Yeah, the soundproofing was really done very well, and it's something that has helped us get good quality clients, people who are discerning, people who are keen with the quality of sound that they are recording. They always enjoy the experience.
Great. So after that, we did the flooring works for the entire studio. There are some places we needed tiling, especially the reception area, the production area, the changing room. We did a kitchenette, that is a dry kitchen. And the uniqueness about it is that you needed white.
Yes, white tiles.
White tiles.
Maybe just to explain on that a bit, why we are so keen with white. For anyone who has been in the content creation space or a photographer will tell you, most of us understand the importance of white light or white spaces. It's easy to achieve good quality lighting if the space has a lot of white, and that's why we are so keen with the floor being white, because light easily bounces off on a white surface.
Sure.
So if it's any other color, then it sort of absorbs and therefore reduces the quality of light. And therefore, photography and video production, or generally content creation, thrives well when the light is of great quality. So that's why you'll understand that most of the rooms, we were very specific with you that please ensure
it
that
white.
Yeah. And we are also specific with the what white. It was matte finish, right?
Yes.
Not the shiny one.
Not the shiny one.
Yes, yes. It had to be that matte quality
Matte
because
finish,
of that.
yeah.
Yes.
And just to mention on the same, we had to do even the walls. We had to paint them white, the entire office.
Yes.
So it was a unique project because many clients will tell you that these are our brand colors. We have to incorporate all of them. But for you, it was white. So we did the paint works. And we also did the electrical works to ensure that, of course, the place has power. You needed sockets, you needed the lighting. We did it so well. You needed to have data in your space, which you also ensure that you have, ensuring that it doesn't look like an afterthought. You know, many spaces you go, they were like, they didn't put the cabling for that. So you will see a small trunking somewhere looking like an afterthought. So we incorporated that from the word go to ensure that our client is comfortable to work in his office. I remember when we were doing the data works, we were checking the very best place where we'll put the server and all that. And our technicians identified a place that we had to discuss with you because it was next to the store. And you are flexible enough to say, I thought it would be better here, but because the technician has advised us to place it on this other end, it is okay. We work with that. We also gave us a very easy time to work with you because you are open to ideas and you are also open to cooperating with us to implementing what you've given us to do. After that, we did some unique features for your office. We came in to do something we call infinity wall.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes.
Infinity wall. Probably I could mention something about that. An infinity wall in photography and again, generally content creation, is whereby you want to create a wall that has an illusion of not having an end. So there are no corners, in short. So if you take a photo of someone there, they sort of look like they are floating. So that helps so much in terms of achieving great quality photos. And of course, the other thing is that editing becomes very easy, especially for repurposing sake. So you can easily pick that subject, or by subject I mean whatever you're photographing or whatever you're recording,
Yeah.
and be able to add other elements of production and therefore enhance the quality of the final photo that you've edited or final video that you've edited. So it gives you a nice, flawless background. That is the what we call an infinity wall. Yes, so that one you achieved it very well, and we've been enjoying it. Though we'll speak about it. Maybe you'll mention it on what we want to do
Yes.
extra. But just tell us how was the process of just creating it and achieving all those curves and everything. How was it?
I would say the very first time I looked at the drawing and the 3D presentation of how it was supposed to look like, I had to think about it deeply, because one of our tagline is concept to creation. Your client has got this concept and you have to create it to give him whatever he needs. So looking at it, I had not done it before. To be honest with you, I had to go and check and Google, how do I go about this? And we sat down with my technicians and we knew this one is not hard to fix. We will achieve it. And we were very keen to ensure that whatever he needs, we took a lot of time, if you remember, to ensure that we've really gotten what, before even we started doing any paint works, we had to ensure that we've gotten it right. And we got it right the first time, actually.
Yeah.
And we are glad after we got it right the first time, now we did the paint works. We did the matte finish, actually the eggshell paint, that is what we did. And we've discovered that it is not giving us that that service as we had anticipated earlier. And now we've come up with something else that will be showing our viewers far much later, because we've started working on it. And it's going to be, it's something that a form of a paint that is washable and that looks flawless right from the ground and the walling and the ceiling part of it. So it's something that it's a unique feature that has come in the market. Something that you've seen it in some places like I don't know whether it's right to say that, CJ.
Yeah, he's not a competitor. It's okay. You can give them the props. Oh, the finishing in CJ restaurants. Oh, yes.
The finishing in CJ restaurant, that is what you're coming up with.
Actually, maybe to just for the sake of our viewers, particularly those who are in photography and content creation, and the clients who've been coming to utilize the infinity wall in its current format, we've received your feedback. We know that there's too much light coming from one side, the natural light. So sometimes to balance it out, especially on video, can be quite hard. So we are making it even much better. The infinity wall will be now all round, meaning whatever is on the left hand side as it is right now, it's what you'll find onto the right hand side of the infinity wall. So it will be a continuous dome from down and all the sides. So the only side that will not have anything is from where you stand as the person who is producing. Yes. But everything else will be continuous infinity, which is a very good thing, and one of the few in this city. So watch out for that. It's coming soon, and I trust that you'll do a good job.
Well, definitely. We've not seen any other studio having the infinity wall. I've visited a couple of studios, because when you told us to do that, I also went to check around the mainstream studios that we have around to benchmark, and I've not seen any having that infinity wall. So that's a plus on your side.
Maybe just to mention is because it's expensive to not just create it and even maintain it.
Yeah.
You see, every time you need to do
the paint
fixing,
works.
painting works, and that kind of thing. And that's why we are considering that technology that you said it
Yeah,
will
we
be
are
much
bringing in.
more
Yeah.
durable.
Sure.
So that is one of the reasons why most studios don't invest in an infinity wall. Because
Yeah.
to be honest, just creating it's an extra cost, and of course maintaining it to be that white and that sparkling for production purposes, again, it's always very costly. So they always opt to create sets and then forget about the infinity, or to just use the paper backdrops.
Sure.
Yeah.
Something else that I need to tell our viewers is that you're a person with very good taste. You needed a boardroom of the state of the art, which we gave you. You also needed a very unique director's office, which is your office. So you gave us an idea of what you
You know,
have.
if you say it's my office, people will look at me badly. Just say it was a set office, but I happen to sit there because,
You're
well,
the director now.
yes, but
It's good to like nice things. It's
yeah,
good to.
I agree.
Yes.
You know, they say in life that you can only be able to give what you have.
Sure.
So if you don't have a fine taste, then there's no way you can deliver a fine taste to
Great. So you needed that good finished office, very unique. We gave you that. I'm glad it came out so well, even with the lighting.
Very true. To be honest, I have to tell our viewers at this point that one thing that I liked about working with the Risper and Emaculex Interiors specifically is that, you know, I am a creative. So I would get inspiration from all corners, be it Instagram, Pinterest. Sometimes I'll just go and Google modern offices, and look and feel, and then I'll merge two ideas. I've picked a ceiling from a different source. I picked the maybe the setup and from a different source, the cabinets, that is, and then the lighting maybe from a different source, and then sort of come and approach. Yes, I want to achieve this, but the lighting should be from here on this cabinet. And the beauty of working with someone who is experienced and they really understand their stuff is that they are able to deliver your vision. They're able to get into your creative mind, and which is a plus for someone who is a creative like myself. So they're able to deliver to you, and that's something that I'll tell any client who is thinking of giving you a brief. They should not be afraid of pushing the envelope.
Very true.
Challenge her. Think of anything that you want. Challenge her. Yeah, she's able to achieve. Because what you did in the boardroom, that was very nice. Because again, it was a concept from different sources, and we were able to achieve it. And then again, come to the office set, that modern look and feel. Again, you're able to achieve it quite well. So, yeah, you can tell us if you had any challenge.
Tell the viewers about the stairs. You got the stairs from somewhere in Upper Hill. And I had to go visit the place and see how the stairs look like. And we had to get the right flowers.
Now, let me tell people, like Risper said, having a fine taste is very important. This is what happened. There's a day when I was working on the studio, the initial staircase design that I had is not what I ended up now implementing.
Yes.
She can even tell you, we had to revise the code, we had to revise the terms. Because what happened is that there's a day I was on Instagram, and then there's a certain person that I follow was at this particular hotel in Upper Hill. It's called Pullman's Hotel. That's where I got the inspiration from, and I always give props where it's due. So I saw the photo and I was like, wow, this looks nice. So I took time, went there for a drink or maybe dinner, took my time, looked at the stairs, went up and down. That is at Pullman's Hotel. And when I had enjoyed it so well, I came and now told Risper, those are the stairs that we need to have for this studio. Because I enjoyed that black and then with the brown touch. It's quite unique. Sure. Yes. And so I just asked her, can we achieve this? And like I said, the rest is history. She was able to pull it off. And thanks to Victor again engineering, you worked very closely with them.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Probably you need to host him also here to just
tell us how it was.
His story. Yes, because I remember him talking about how challenging it was for him to come up with the model, because he was speaking of he had to first design a model, find out how it will be, and then follow the engineers, the structural engineers' specifications,
Sure.
so that we know we could not build staircase that can fall down.
Very
so
true.
it was very important that he followed the instructions from the structural engineer, and then after that be able now to implement the vision. So he was getting the instructions from the structural engineer, and then with you as the main contractor,
Sure.
and of course me as the client, what I want to achieve, and then marrying all those,
that,
and then
yes.
be able to deliver. And for sure, those staircases. Now, the weight. Part
That
of
was
my
something
team.
else.
Getting them here. I think those videos are somewhere. I'll get them. We need to play those videos for the viewers to see.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
quite heavy. Getting those staircases all the way to come inside there, because they
To
were not
mezzanine too.
yes. They were never fabricated here. So they were fabricated at the workshop, and it was important for them to do that because they kept on adjusting a lot of things, and
Sure.
it would have taken a lot of time. And
Doing it here.
yes, and they needed a lot of special equipment to achieve it. So they only brought them here for assembling once they were ready. That was quite challenging.
It was.
But as a client, I was happy
You
with
are
what we
happy.
achieved.
Great.
Very happy. Yes.
I remember when we were bringing them up, we had to hire like 20-25 people to carry each. And after every like 10 steps, they were resting because those things were heavy.
Very,
They were heavy.
very.
The other challenge we had when working was since the space is being used by other tenants, we had to work at night.
Oh, yes.
So most of the implementation of this work is at night.
And weekends.
So it was not a walk in the park. I'll tell our viewers that if you're in a building that we just have to work at night, we are flexible enough to do that. We used to live here in the morning.
To be honest, I remember, and maybe I have to also say something about that. Like she has rightly said, the Hazina Trade Center has other tenants who are already in the building. So during the day, you cannot interrupt them. There's so much dust, there's so much noise.
Sure.
So there's no way we would have done a lot of the works during the day. So we had to start the work from 5 in the evening when the business has closed in most of the places, and work overnight, and then weekends. So like she has said, most of the time I used to leave them here. Of course, you're always excited when you're starting a project, and you want to stay there to see things happening. Take a bit of BTS videos. And I remember I would leave here at midnight and still leave you yourself and your team doing the work. And that is very important because most people wouldn't be willing to work under such conditions. And it's important because sometimes for you to achieve the timelines, work has to move on. Whether it's because we wouldn't have waited to be working only on Saturday and Sunday. Then the project would have taken a very long time.
Forever and ever.
Yes.
So maybe in our next episode, we'll talk about the infinity wall and show our clients, our viewers, what really happened when we were working on it, and how it looks currently on the finish that we got, and then maybe show them what happens after we redo it, we remodel it. And working with you was one of the greatest things, I would say. And I appreciate because from you, we have gotten referrals. We have gotten people who are telling us we need something done the way Mint Glint has been done. And it has been a great journey. And it has been a great growth. I would tell our viewers, those who would want to do podcast, to visit your place and do the podcast from here. And if you'd like to have your office done, whether gypsum partitions, whether aluminium partitions, if you have a unique idea that you want implemented, don't shy away. Don't run helter-skelter looking for someone to assemble all those fundis. We have a team that will do everything for you, right from the concept to creation, to having your office done the way you want it done. I'll tell our viewers, thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe, comment, like, and share. And our number is here. You can talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.